Good morning, family. It's day one of our bloody battle. 3-star, no nature. And this is a defense team I went with. From the left wing, we have Azar. This is a costume version. Ranger, which gives her the opportunity to bypass defensive buffs. She does equivalent damage to 3 enemies at fast speed and also reducing their mana. I could have gone with the Toon version. I had the Toon version, but I wanted to hit multiple enemies. Then we have Cavazir, who's a druid, and druids to me are the most, they're probably your best bet to use in this tournament type because you can't heal. And with druids, the thorn minion gives them an extra layer of protection, like I always say. You have to cut through their minions before you could actually do damage to the hero himself. Well, typically. So we already know what he does. He's a G. He produces B minions at fast speed, which inflicts poison damage and also prevents your opponents from gaining any minions. And here I chose this version of Gunner, not only being a paladin, which gives him that extra layer of defense and the passive, but this one gives for any ice characters on your team, he gives the well, it used to be called Spirit Link, but so connected 2 extra turns, which last for a wild 7 turns. That's insane. So I've even thought about getting the other version, the Toon, no, not the Toon version, the costume version that does the soul connected to the opponent but lowering their defense. I believe it's for 5 turns. And on top of that, he was a druid. But I think defensively, this is a better hero. And then we have Dawn. I don't really use her enough. And I feel in this version, this tournament type, I need a hero that also produces minions. And she cleanses and she has all these cool passives. So I really like that about her. She gives a hunting owl minion for herself and her neighboring allies. And we already know what this one does. So she reduces the mana of the enemies. And then we have, I wanted a dark hero that was fast. So I chose Tyrum. If I had the Toon version, I probably would have selected that one. But this one stands on its own. I thought about using the Cleanse version, but I went with this one instead. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Let's see if I've been attacked yet. I doubt it because this tournament just recently started. What, about less than 30 minutes ago? So let's go ahead and see. Okay, so I'm going to need a cleanse for sure. And so let's keep that in mind. I mainly want to do ice, so let's go with this. We're going to use Nordry. And in regards to cleanse, I have one in nature. And I think I have one in, let's see here. I think the only really, wait a minute. I have this version of Tyrum. Okay. I sometimes forget about that. So we have that. And let's change the troops. Let's give him an attack troop. And we'll have Gunner with the defense troop. And then I think I'm going to go with a minion maker for him. Although we have Cavazir, so I probably need this one too. Hopefully to get ahead of theirs. Let's give them the defense troop. And okay, I like this. If I can get ice tiles. Oh. Let me lower the volume. Okay, if I can get some ice tiles ahead of the game, or at least Cavazir first, and I'll have at least the advantage. So let's see if I can. Let's see if I can kill him with this. Let's see what I'm going to do here, because I'm going to need... I doubt I'm going to get some ice towels to come up, because there's really no way to make a large combo, so I think I'm going to just go with this. You definitely don't want Trevo going off, but he has one move to do it, so I think it's inevitable. So we're going to have to just... Let's at least do that, because I'll probably get another opportunity to build up Tyrum. And if I get some ice towels to come up... Will those two... yes, they would. I don't know how I'm going to do this with just... with just these two, but if I can get some ice towels underneath, that might help. But they're both druids, so... Okay, that was really close. It wasn't a good starting board. Ah, boy. Okay, so let's go with darks. Who am I going to choose? I'm not really so concerned about the tank. I wonder if I should just go with... well, I already have a very slow hero, so let's see what do I have in fire. Someone that I'd like to use. Okay, let's just... Let's do that. I feel like I have to go with 4 colors, so at least a percentage will work in my favor. A lot of nature tiles for a color that's omitted from this tournament type, and it just leads me to suspicion about this game. I had mentioned something on another YouTuber's channel that I find it very odd that there's tends to be a color emission when you go up against wars or raids, and and from my experience, there's always, and you can even watch from my previous videos, that I can take, like even the last battle right now, there tends to be a color that's always emitted from the boards. And right here you see, of course, nature's not allowed, but what's on the board full of nature. And the previous one, I took three colors, and the other two colors were dominant. And to me, what ends up happening is you're kind of forced into making unnecessary matches, which causes the opponents to charge up, because obviously they gain mana regardless of what you do, whether or not you hit them, and whether or not you hit them or you do. But if you do hit them, it causes their mana speed to increase. So it's sort of a marketing thing, because if you have a desirable hero on the opposing team, it feels like it's kind of navigated in a way that that hero, well, the opponent, will display their special skill, causing them to display what their special looks like and the damage. Obviously, that's usually not the case because the AI has a buff. So I don't know. I'm touching two different topics. I'm going off tangent, but I guess number one I'm saying is that I find it very suspicious that the tiles will normally work in your favor. So that's why I usually try to choose four colors, so the percentage of tiles works in my favor. If I take three colors, then 60% of the tiles are usable. If I take two colors, it's only 40%, and once you go closer to mono, then your percentage of getting the color you need is lower, but the high risk, high reward is getting higher increased tile damage, because the more you color stack, the more your tiles multiply. And then the second thing is cascade, and unusable tiles create your opponents to charge up faster and use their special skills, which, when you don't have the right board, it puts you already at a disadvantage. Well, more of a disadvantage. Okay, anyway, I'm talking too much. So let's see here. Um, I'm going to stick with minion makers, except I'm going to make one change. Let's go with a defense, no, a defense build hero, a defensively build hero. And then I'm going to go with two attackers. I think I need to stack up against, who to use. And then I think I'm going to go with another attacker. So we create, let's see what we have here. We have a cleanse. Let's see if the troops are correct. Defense troop. Okay. So we have burn damage, poison damage, just straight damage from Kinsashi. We have a cleanse from this custom version of Tyrum, and we have a defensively built support hero in Basil. Plus he's a druid. Okay, let's try this out. I prefer using three colors to either, well, I prefer a 3-1-1 team to color stack against probably the hero that I feel is the most dangerous or formidable on their team, and then two supporting colors. So it's odd to take a four team, but then four color team, because it is a lot more tiles to have to worry about. But at the same time, I don't want the boards to work against me, so I kind of feel forced to take as close to a rainbow team as possible. Okay, so let's see here. Chick Jr. What an OG hero. Okay. Thankfully, he only does damage. Okay, I think the right side is my biggest concern. I'm trying not to. Does he dispel first? Yes, he does. Okay. Okay. Thankfully, his damage output is weak. I'm talking about this guy. All right. So let's cleanse that, and then I'm going to use Basil. Basil of Bakersfeld. Okay. Then we have this version. I think this should. Okay, cool. I'm gonna charge up Kinsashi to his third charge and see what kind of damage output I get. Okay, so I think unfortunately here I have to color stack because I need to take out these guys. So I think we're just gonna replace him. Let me see what's the damage. 235% damage to target and minor damage to nearby. I think I need to go fast. And then we have Poppy, but I need someone that no, let's stick with this. We have a cleanse, poison. Okay, let's try this out. I was considering taking a fire hero, but let's see. Oh joy. Or he's going off anyway, so I might as well point the tiles in his direction. Okay, enough, enough. Let's do that. We're gonna use. I think we should use Poppy. No, we'll use Poppy to target him since he has the most health, and then I'll use those holy tiles underneath to kill the other one. Look at this board; it's full of. Okay, there we go. Just have to clean it up a bit. I sometimes think because I notice with the gameplay at a certain point in the game, and most of the time it happens, you'll end up getting stuck with all these unusable tiles, which brings me up to a point I mentioned earlier about having all these undead tiles, which kind of inadvertently causes the opponents to charge up. So we go for all of the, you know, plays that obviously are going to benefit you. But what I've noticed that when you do that, then it leaves you with tiles that end up flooding the board that you can't use. And like I said, you inadvertently charge up the opponents. I'm trying to think of a theory of making unusable moves so that you don't get stuck later in the game with a dead board. But there I go rambling again. So let's see here. So we're going to need a dispel, and we're going to have that. And who am I going to use for... I wanted to do this. A cleanse. Are any of these druids? No. Okay, let's give this a shot. Okay, I'm going to go with this move first. I wish I could get another ice towel into that guy. Okay, I guess never mind. There are a whole lot of nature tiles on the board. Okay, let's see if we can get into... Her name is Fawn, right? Yeah. Okay. I thought about after... Okay, it's still in place. I wanted to pop this ice diamond. I mean, this ice tile. So I can get... Let's do that. Okay, perfect. Because I wanted to get Tyrum up for the cleanse. Ah, man, you a G, Tyrum. Which makes me think I should actually put this version in the center. Or either as the flank or tank. So that dodge, that superior evade could affect him. And oh, you got all three of them. Let's see here. Which is interesting. Oh, wait, he's the... oh, that's right. He's a ranger too. Not ranger, rogue. Okay, so let's go here. We'll first do this. And then we'll follow up by him. And then we'll use burn damage. And he can't do anything. He can't revive since there's no reviving. Okay. Oh, he's asleep. Oh, not anymore. I don't think he could be woken up by a cleanse, huh? Okay, cool beans. So we have one loss. Not the way I like to start off. And look at their troops. Okay. Work on your troops, guys. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys for day 2.